sight. You close your eyes again and be back in the same night. Your booty big, you need a challenge. I'm your father said. Your lady people said the kids against the mountain there. We started listening to Nelly getting hot in here. We smoked dark liquor, we ain't stopping dead. We started freaking in the kitchen like it's nothing there. But the bathroom is cold and take it up the stairs. We had a hell of a night and it got kind of weird. As I'm trying to get your panties up, I look into your eyes. I'm tuned to your vibe. The longer that I stay, I take a trip through your mind. It's all about you. Them other girls tired. We started with a spark, now we about to make a vibe. Cause she bad, she used to press you, now she about to let me smash this hotel room. I see you keeping up, about to burn it to the ground, and we only heating up. We only heat, I never close her eyes. She like it in the dark. She do it to me good, like somebody broke her heart. I say, honey, what's the problem? She say it ain't a problem, and she take it to the top. Like I
Big up
started at
Dangerous
the bottom.
Musics.
How much we got in common? Tonight, that's the topic. Passing back to these a little shit for this entirely. She just text my phone to let me know she's sliding. Paying for this fight, pulling up the perfect timing. You've been watching for a minute. Subscribe to the channel, body burning down slow. Like the fire on the candle, new beginnings for the land. Speaking of the words, pull your booty up and mix, cause it's too hot. I look into your eyes, I'm tuned to your vibe. The longer that I stay, I take a trip through your mind. It's all about you. Them other girls tired. We started with a spark, now we about to make a vibe. Cause she bad, she used to press you, now she about to let me smash this whole. Yeah, it's true. How I started from the bottom, but it grew. There I go, blowing smoke for all the shit that I've been through. I remember how they treated me, dissing on the move when I was wishing. Now I'm watching niggas wishing it was you. Niggas lame, they was hating till I showed up with the proof. What a shame, how the lowest niggas shit go through the roof. What it do? We in places that these niggas never knew. It's amazing, words can paint a picture that I never drew. Do it big, shut my nigga Chris, nigga hold it down. TSL, we be getting gassy at the smokers lounge. Give them hell, this shit and it be over for these clowns. Niggas fell, cause they never tried
Big
to
up Chris Cyphers.
when they see us in the building, they gon' hate on it. With that type of energy, I gotta
Big up
stay
OG
away from
Filler.
it. You
Always the
mad
first
how
in the
we
building.
move, but you
Enough
frontin'
respect.
like it's cool. The better question is, nigga, who the fuck is you? You better keep your distance from me, nigga. Keep your distance. You better keep your distance from me, nigga. Keep your distance. I ain't playing with you. I don't brag, but today I got some time. I'm in my bag. Niggas wasted everything they had. Now they looking sad. I remember none of them was passion as this. Not just a conversation. Think of all the acts they would kiss. Not of my views. You ain't watching, you said hate and fuck with too. Your favorite rapper's catalog compared to me should be removed. Pick and choose. I forgot that's what these simple bitches do. Bad intentions, source of winning. They was wishing we would lose. I ain't you. Any problems with me, nigga, then it's cool. When I see you, ain't no remix, nigga. Don't change up the tunes. Like for instance, you know it's on sight when you see it. So keep your distance, or I'll be fighting more than my freedom. When they see us in the building, they gon' hate on it. With that type of energy, I gotta stay away from it. You mad how we move, but you frontin' like it's cool. The better question is, nigga, who the fuck is you? You better keep your distance from me, nigga. Keep your distance. You better keep your distance from me, nigga. Keep your distance. I ain't playing with you.
Yeah, enough for that. What's going on, YouTubers? Yeah, man, big up to everybody still. It's a quick stream. So, like, earlier today, someone asked me, like, where do I want to be in 5 years? And I thought to myself, it's an interesting question. Like, now at my age, I can answer it. Because when I thought about it, when I came back and sat down and thought about that question, it's like, it breaks down into so many things, you know what I'm saying? So many facets of it. See, at school, you get asked these questions. What do you want to be? You know what I'm saying? Where do you want to be in 5 years? People say the normal stuff. Fireman, police officer, nurse, doctor. You know what I'm saying? Certain people like me, who was like 12, 13, getting into like soccer, football or whatever. I want to be a footballer. You know? And as you get to like 18, 19, 20, me personally, I was locked up at them ages, but just from like research and knowing and talking to people, yeah, man, peace up, sister. But yeah, just from like speaking to certain people, when you get to like 18, 19, 20, you lose a lot of your schooling. You don't really use what you've learned at school. Schooling to me really is just basic foundations. You know what I'm saying? And it will start off, gives you the indoctrinations and whatever. But when I got deep in it, it's like it comes down to class as well, classism. You know what I'm saying? Because we'll be in a class learning things and, the teacher likes the person who gives the right answer or the right indoctrinated answer. You know what I'm saying? And like with class, it's like different schoolings, different level of teachers and teaching. You know what I'm saying? You go to a yes, Adrian, big up Bridget. You've got certain schools probably 2 miles away from each other. In certain areas, that one area is quite affluent, etiquette's different, and then the other area is kind of so-called urban, a lot of different nationalities in there. Structure's not too good, schooling's not too good, the teachers ain't too good, too many youths have got to be teaching, a lot of ill-disciplined children. You know what I'm saying? So there's a disparity because you go to a more so-called affluent area where you've got middle class and high class people, you've got a lesser amount of children to learn. The teachers will be of a different grade because they'll be coming through a higher level of university, studying and whatever. So like that question, where will you be in 5 years? To me now, at this age, when I'm asked that question, or when the Brit asked that question, I had to break it down. Obviously, I didn't go into detail like this because it was a small exchange, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, now at my age, I break it down differently because I see socialisms and schisms and whatever going on, agendas and everything. I see the disconnect, the breakup of areas purposely. So, like when you are getting to like 18, 19, the schooling that we have had and the false expectations given to children and young adults is kind of like you're sending your youths out into a world full of madness, to be fair, you know what I'm saying? A world filled with not many jobs, a world filled with you've got certificates, but you might not get the job you want because of the area that you're from. So you might have a boy in a certain area, let's say an urban area, a poorer area that wants to get into computers. His mum and dad, or his mum or just his dad, depending how the household is, might not have thousands of pounds to send him to one of the best or like one of the main institutes or the IT places, companies, corporations in that area. So he's only going to get a certain level of understanding of that subject that leaves him at a certain level. is he then able, or is she then able to go to university to then get a higher level? And then after all of that, are they even able to get the job that they want, simply because someone from a different area of a different class has been able to do it easier through having money? See, I don't see it. There's nothing wrong with it. Excuse the sirens. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just the way it is. Classism. It's there for a reason. So I'm actually kind of like proud of other people that I've known and been through certain struggles that can deep it like me and explain it in a certain way and break it down into different facets of life. Because 5 years ago from today, I didn't think I'd be in this position. So 5 years from now, I'll be in a better position, hopefully. I'll be in a better position for my children, hopefully. You know what I'm saying? But because of the classism, because of where I'm from, I wouldn't say no amount of money, but the money that I've acquired, the money I can gain or will gain, still won't put me in a higher echelon where certain other people are because of class. It's a stigma. So I think we have to like help people with expectations. We have to guide people through uncertainty, because a lot of people are blind to this system. They think they can just get all these certificates and get jobs and live their dream of when they was at school, but it don't work like that. It ain't like that at all. So yeah, I just thought for myself it was like not like a defining moment, but a point of where it's showing I know myself. You know what I'm saying? I know who I am. See, that's another thing as well. Once you've studied yourself, your rights and your wrongs and your goods and your bad and the mistakes and takes, then you can start basically leading a better life. Like you're cleansing yourself, you're finding balance with yourself. I used to be at conflict with certain things. Now I'm not really at conflict with much. There's still things that I need to fix up and shape up about myself, but it's all a process, a learning process. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, if anyone wants to come up. See, I think a lot of people, if possible, just for an hour, study sociology and psychology on a level of areas that you're accustomed to or you've been from. See, I noticed like when I was in university, a lot of people that were studying sociology were like not from the areas that I was from. You know what I'm saying? They were gaining their knowledge through textbooks and studies and statistics. You know what I mean? And a lot of these statistics come from certain experiments that they do in areas of all places around the world. You know what I'm saying? To see what more they can do, not to hinder, but to sustain that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I think studying sociology and psychology helps you understand and understand a lot of things going on with people as well, how their mind might work. See, a lot of people are indoctrinated by how they see on media. A lot of people's gesturing, or what's it called, gesticulation, how they get demonstrative and move all their hands and everything, and the way they might even act in a fight or something like that, or how beef might happen. A lot of this comes from media. A lot of this is shown to us, is given to us. A lot of our reactions and actions and thoughts and things like that come from media, are programmed into us to be a certain way. There's a lot of people lost out there, still thinking, like when they're watching certain programs, that's how life is. They haven't really spread out in the, in the world, not even in the world, but they haven't opened their mind enough yet. You know, even down to like people learning about class, they're learning about it through media, through indoctrination, through agendas, through biasness. You know what I'm saying? And certain time I do think certain things are overhyped. And I think more time a lot of things are hyped on TV purposely to make us think this is how a lot of like the world is very violent. Yeah, it is violent, but I don't think it's as violent as people say, as the new media might propose, because of the fact that we don't really see it in the streets so much. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us hear from other people that other things things have happened. You know what I'm saying? Shootings and stabbings and stuff like that. You'll hear it from someone else. Not many of us are seeing that individually. There's not groups of people seeing murders at one time. So a lot of these things have to be hyped up purposely to make us live in fear and anxiety and unable to settle, while they'll do other things with the other hand. You know what I'm saying? And people aren't catching this. I know the people that are. But out here, when I walk around, I just see people in their own world, but captured in this society, in this system. Not really like, there's a lot of people like anxious about life and not knowing where they're going, not knowing what they're doing with themselves. You know what I'm saying? Because there's not much out there for certain people. If you're like, let's say 35 to 50 and you ain't got no like job or many skills and stuff like that, you're going to struggle because there ain't hardly anything out there. And you're going to go through a stage of, this is what like they must call the midlife crisis. But I wouldn't say it's it is like a crisis, because you will get depressed and anxious about not having much. And this all comes down to, again, looking at things on a social level, how people haven't got an avenue to talk to anyone. You know what I'm saying? How a lot of people are becoming mentally disturbed because there's just sometimes too much going on in people's lives, too many bills to pay, not enough time for them just to relax a little bit, debt to pay, not knowing how they can pay debt and things like that, or get debt squashed. Prices are going up. You know what I'm saying? You've got a lot of people with skills who have been unemployed for a long time because of the lockdown and certain things like that. So you imagine people with really not many skills. People are suffering out there, man. So again, where will you be in 5 years? It's kind of hard. See, I want my son, who's like nearly 17, nearly 18, I should say, to have like a career, an apprentice or something. I don't want him just to leave school where he ain't really learning much. I can tell he don't like it. You know, that again could be down to the fact that the teachers don't engage, that they haven't got the communication skills to deal with certain youths nowadays. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they've got a stereotype. Maybe the actual training of teachers ain't good enough. They're not picking up on things because a lot of these people being trained ain't of a certain type, of a certain demographic. Peace, Rashad. Enough love. You know what I'm saying? So there's so much to think about, and I'm glad I think deep like this, because my children, your children, us, we type of people are the ones that they wanna do all this effort to, who they want to oppress the mental. You know what I'm saying? So it's upon us to break certain molds, to break certain chains. You know what I'm saying? To show results, whether it's small or big. You know, just to show people that, yo, I've learned this. I can see this. So I know I can show the next person and the next person after that. See, I don't care if people don't really work or have a job or do like 9 to 5. But I do disagree with people just sitting around doing nothing. If you've got a garden, I know that might be hard as well. But if you've got a garden, go and start planting certain, you know what I'm saying? Just learn something natural. Something to give to someone that can be used. You know what I'm saying? Something worthwhile while you're waiting for something that can give you a better income. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, if anyone wants to jump up still. So yeah, man. Oh, it's a horrible day today. Gloomy. My area is just gloomy as well. Like, there's so many people, bare Eastern Europeans around here. Like, you've got people who've been around there for years, like, can't get flats or housing because they seem to be pushing more for these Europeans who are coming over. You know what I'm saying? It's mad. Too many people living on the streets, sleeping rough around my area. You know, but the housing goes up for more students, more foreign students, mainly Chinese and African. And then other housing goes up. Equal housing associations go up for the Romanians and things like that. See, if you're living on the streets, they ain't really bothered about giving you a job. The only people that are bothered about you are these charities that get given money by corporations that basically funnel the money other places. Otherwise, why is the homeless statistics getting higher? You know, the system is so backwards. A lot of these organizations and corporations are just so backwards. But it's the poor people keeping the economy running. It's as if we're still shelling out a bag of money all the time for certain things that we don't even really need. You know what I'm saying? I can go and buy the top Samsung if I want to, but I'm calm with my S10. You know what I'm saying? How much better is the 20 or 22 WhatsApp? All these iPads and everything. You know what I mean? It's a fallacy. It's false. You know, and a lot of us are buying these things blindly because it's like a habit now. You know, these things, like these devices, have become the new pacifiers for children. Certain children shut down if you take it off them. And again, that just comes down to like parents not really engaging. And some of them can't even have the energy to engage because they're doing mad hours at work. So a lot of people are just like not really bothered about certain things what are going on or what we talk about. Yeah, the middle class were getting food banks, but I was volunteering at food banks and giving out food banks with my organization that I'm with. And we weren't giving them out like to certain so-called affluent areas. It was all the broke down areas. So I'd have to look what organizations was going into certain areas around mine that were kind of middle class as well. But yeah, obviously it would be as well, because I'd be contradictory because I've already said as well, like nurses and certain people were losing their jobs. Again, their outlay on their house is going to be bigger as well. But their savings will be bigger as well. You know? So yeah, like I say, there's just a multitude of things like to look at all the time. And me personally, I just think it all comes down to the children. Like, what are you going to do for them? Like, what are your aspirations as a parent, as a teacher, as a mentor. Again, we don't want these people on TV to be our children's mentors. You know what I'm saying? We don't want a lot of these TV programs to be our children's mentors. You know what I'm saying? Mentor, mentis, tor, power, mind. So it's for us to like to be the mentors. I want to be my children's mentors because I didn't really have one properly. You know, got a lot of work to do, man. I'm gonna put the link just in case anyone wants to come up. I'm gonna stop because I'm running out of things to say. Oh, Philly's come up. Save me for respect. What up? What up?
Grand Rising, my brother. Much love, much respect to you and the family. Much love, respect to everybody in the chat, man. You know, that's a good question. You know, I see myself growing old wisely. You know, and making sure my daughter and my wife's future is set. Basically, that's what I'm on, a 5-year plan. You know what I mean? To make sure my family's future is locked and loaded. They can just sit back and relax and reap the benefits of my rewards. You know, as me being a man. You know what I mean? So that's a good question. You know, I see too much fear mongering around. The world gonna end in 5 years and all this bull crap. I'm building a plan of success for my family so they can reap the rewards of my benefits. And I land right there. Much respect to everybody, my brother.
Yeah, that was a wise answer. I wouldn't expect nothing different, to be fair. You know what I'm saying? Because growing old wisely. You know what I mean? There's no better way to put it, to be fair. It's like when you was on about like how people have been saying, oh, the world's ending and that. It makes me think like, see, a lot of people think like the government like control things. See, like over there, like in America, like it's the same over here, but on a smaller level. Acts are, like you have bills, we have acts. So certain acts are more pushed by corporations, the proper money men. You know, just like over here, we've got Boris Johnson, who's just a puppet, just like your presidents, because we all know a president is something corporate. And if you take the P away, it's a residence. So it got me thinking a lot of these corporations, a lot of these so-called governments of just basic fronts, you know, and a lot of the ideologies are really pushed by certain corporations. And I think it's as well comes from certain corporations that are attached to, let's say, Scientology or certain ideologies that they want to spread amongst people of all types of genres and just so many different ideologies, basically. And that's where obviously like all the confusion comes with people, because people just listen, take it in, but don't think about what they're really taking in. They just hear, they don't listen, they just hear. When they're watching certain programs, these reality TV programs or any program really nowadays, it's all a theater to capture your imagination. And then the same shit that you're watching on TV, like a TV series, it's the same type of shit that they put in movies on the news. A lot of theater, scaremongering. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, the people that come in my chat are the ones that speak the way I'm speaking and know what I know. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, peace to everyone in the chat. For real. And it's like culture as well, like Bro Sanchez, Heru, respect, peace, man. Bliss. Sanchez did a stream about culture, and that was a good stream, man. You know what I'm saying? Because, well, the one with Taz was different because I think Bro was just being more specific about the actual topic that was, or the actual topic that was set. Taz was getting more into like how I get more deeper. You know what I'm saying? The actual facets of like culture and things like that. Because then on the other stream that I watched, it got more deeper. Like I say, people broke up about like culture. And to me, when I came to I've never had a culture, I've had a way of being. I lost my way of being throughout being over here. But I don't know what kind of culture that I came into in England. You know what I'm saying? I don't know the culture, I just know ways of being. Like I see these Romanians come over. I don't say they have a culture, I just say they have a way of life, which is different to mine and different to many. So like a lot of people have been saying, a lot of culture comes from TV. Like a lot of things. It was the thought projector. So it's projecting thoughts into us. And just think it's just sad that we're still in this position, because look how easy it was for them like 50 years ago when not many people had TVs, and anyone who did were just getting indoctrinated beyond belief. Like literally beyond belief. And now people are just the same. But go on, Philip.
Yeah, I'm with you, man. Like I said, I know I ain't special. I seen all this shit coming 5-6 years ago, man. Tried to tell my people, man. You know, none of them want to listen. They all, you know, want to do what they want to do. I told them invest, get some real estate. You know what I mean? Invest in something. Start a company. If you're good with your hands, give them massages. Give massages. You know what I mean? You gotta incorporate yourself. Like I said, I seen this shit 6 years ago. That's why I moved from the, you know, a big city of population, you know, Philadelphia, to a small town in the country, because I'm okay with being by myself. I'm doing that inner work, you know what I mean, to better myself on all levels of my life, not just the health. You know, health is wealth. You know, but I got okay with being by myself, man. Nobody else wanted to do it, so I did it. You know what I mean? And this is from, you know, somebody that dropped out of school and got a GED and went in the military. Got a, you know, I was on drugs, you know, my early teenage years. Haven't touched drugs since 21, and I'm 56. You know what I mean? Like I said, I seen all this shit coming. While people would, you know, pushing that religion shit, which I was pushing it at one time. I was Islamic, but I woke up from it. You know what I mean? And try to, you know, touch the people and tell them like, get away from that shit. It's a dead end road, because I hit it. You know what I mean? But like I said, I seen the pandemic, all this shit coming, man. That's why I jumped on my health tip. You know, people want to keep believing this system of this government is good for us.
Poetic Empress, Wagwan Sisterin, what you cooking? Send me some. Smoke signal, don't know already. Big up. Yo, me personally, I think like the Aboriginals of the islands in the Americas were good with their hands. Lady Shay, peace, sister, enough love. Yeah, I think like naturally we were good with our hands. Like I remember making dens and things like that when I was young, like proper bad boy dens, like with certain trees that I knew were good to like that you could bend and thing like that. You know what I'm saying? To all the way like certain man could make houses or make little houses and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Little shacks and that. I think we've lost a lot of repetitive knowledge, construction knowledge. You know what I mean? Farming, agricultural knowledge as well. Me personally, I think that's what we were as a people. Builders. You know, builders of economies and builders of systems. And unfortunately, that's just other people have come and built up around that and taken that ability that you had away. But that ability is still there. You know what I'm saying? So learn carpentry. Send your son out to learn carpentry. Send your son out to learn carpentry. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people talk about the ancestors and things like that. I try and do what my ancestors did, meaning my family, because I know them. So other people have got ancestry, not just random ancestry. Know what your ancestry did. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man, you're gonna have enough people with bagger people who are carpenters, plumbing and stuff like that in our families. Because at one point we had to do all that ourselves. Ain't no people coming really making houses in the 1800s. We're making that ourselves with your family. You know what I'm saying? One man can do that again. You know, it's just about reconnecting. Enough people have got people in their family with still history of what they were doing. Look where Philly is. You know what I'm saying? Question everything as well. He's got land. I've got some land. I'm putting five 2-bedroom houses is being constructed on my land in Jamaica at the moment, and I know who they're going to be for, and they'll be affordable housing. And although it's only 5, it might even be 4. I'm not sure. Depends if I can get that money, but that's going to be for people, my people. You know what I'm saying? Because the Chinese have come and did affordable housing and basically just fucking moved my people away because they couldn't pay for the so-called affordable housing because it was still expensive for them. So I'm trying to do that on a big scale, and it's hard. You know, I'm having to like learn things nearly every day, and it's good because I talk about it, but it's hard, man. Trying to take in some of this corporate knowledge and business knowledge on a higher level. Like I'm paying for a lawyer, and sometimes I think he's dumb, but he's not. It's just that I didn't know. I didn't have that understanding or understanding of things, and now I'm starting to get it. So now I'm able to put my money where my mouth is, and now all my mouth where my money is. You know what I'm saying? Even if I didn't, like, even if I wasn't, like, even if I didn't have that, I'd use my kickboxing and teach people like what I'm going to be doing. And it's cheap. I'm charging like a £5. Other people are charging nearly £20 because these youths around there, their mums ain't got no money. When I see them coming back from school and these youths are like, "Mum, can I have this? Mum, can I have that?" And their mums are just shouting at them under pressure because they ain't got nothing, no money. It's home, innit? Chips and beans and fish fingers. So I recognize all of this. So I think to myself, you know what? I've got a little talent. Let me try and do this. I'm not even doing it for the money. I'm doing it because I never had things like that, really. I'm doing it because I talk about shit like this, innit? I'm doing it because I'm not fake or false. I'm doing it because I feel like it's also going to bring more peace to my mind as well. It's going to make me happy as well, selfishly. But that's going to make me be even better for people. That's just a standard operation of like how you should be thinking. The gratitude I'm going to be getting, I want. You know what I'm saying? I actually need that because of where I've come from and what I've not had. And all it makes me do is feel even better. All these 7 people right now in this chat, just coming in here, makes me wanna do streams and try and enlighten people. Because I ain't a teacher or nothing like that. I'm more motivational certain times, like in sports. I'm good at sports psychology. So I have certain traits that I didn't even think I had that can be used as a tool. A lot of us have that and don't even know it. A lot of us have like certain ways of being that you can use out there in the real world and get P for it. Because certain people need to hear certain talk a certain way. They respond to a certain language, you know what I'm saying? Certain vibration. See, it'd be easy for me just to carry on selling drugs. Well, I'm bored of that now. I'm not real talk. I am bored of that. Like it's dead. It's dead. But it's going to be hard for me to show a 27-year-old or a 21-year-old that, because man couldn't show me that at them ages there. Even four years ago when I was still doing it, man couldn't really show me nothing. You know what I'm saying? Circumstance had to make me stop doing that. But I don't want to be selling drugs or not no more. Cause it don't fuel me. It ain't nothing what gets me out of my bed no more. Get me? What gets me out of my bed, yeah, is the fact that people have bigged me up about my kickboxing and shown man love for me to get out of my bed and want to do certain exercise routines, which I'm going to do. I'm going to start doing that. Because I think if people see me, an average person, normal guy doing that, not no big buff, massive guy doing that, you know what I'm saying? I think people will copy that and do that. And I'm doing that so people can get something from it. You know what I'm saying? I ain't never going to come on YouTube and lie or go on like I'm something that I'm not, regardless of if anyone can see me. Ain't no point. I spot a liar a mile away. Over here, there's a saying called, you can't bullshit a bullshitter. And I've been a bullshitter. I've been a liar. I've been a thief. Get me? I've been a shit dad to my first boy at one point. I've been a disappointing son. You know what I'm saying? I've been a so-called menace.
Big facts. Big facts.
I've hurt other parents by selling drugs to their youths while their mum's crying over them, saying, "Why you get me?" Why their youths are teething off them to come give me their mum's money that she's had to go and work for. See, I knew these types of things anyway when I was still selling drugs, but I didn't care. I used to make justifications for it. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe I'd be like, "Nah, you know what, blood? I seen your mum in it, and like, she raw asked me like, do I see you in it? Are you still using?" And I lied to your mum in it because you come check me, so I can't even sell it you today. Allow it. But then the next day, if he comes, I'll just be like, well, I did tell him, but he's coming it, so I'll just carry on serving him. That mentality there is fuckery. I'm so glad I recognize that about myself. You get me? Cause I think my big boy is trying to move like a certain way because he's around certain youths. Because their dads are still like my age and a bit older and still rolling around selling drugs and thing. You get me? So I cannot be selling drugs because my big boy will see that as a justification. I can't be in them mad little entanglements with my big boy. He's soon 18 in November. I am 35. I know big man, my age still, linking gal my son's age and manipulating them. So I know what I go. I know how certain man are gonna get done. I will bust shot at man for them things there. So while I don't have to do that, I need to make sure my shit's tight. You get me? So I can't be selling drugs. You know what I'm saying? Like, talking about he wants a pack. Don't talk to me about fucking packs. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, man. Them their attitudes, like I say, this is learned behavior from media, from drill music. You know what I'm saying? And more time, it's a lot of money one even done no badness before. They're just there to show entertainment, but really glorify a fuckery. So it's like when Realize comes up, and I love his passion. I love his passion. I love that fire. I feel it. I feel his change. I feel his emotion. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us are like that. Greedy's like that. Smoke's like that. Philly's like that. Because we've been through something. Hardship, you know what I'm saying? Struggle. That's how you get the real people. That's why I only got 8 people. Big up you 8 people. That's why I get only 8 people. Because on 8 people, now 7 are real. I must feel what I'm saying. Must see what I'm saying out there. All the time. Like, I think to myself, like, when I transpire out of this vessel, where do my memories go? All of this, what I'm thinking now. And then I thought, yo, that's going into my children before I've even gone anywhere. And I'm going to tell them that, what I've just said now, I'm going to tell that to them. To make them think that. I don't want them to think I'm going to heaven. I'm saying, yo, I'm leaving this vessel, I'm gone. Remember me. See you in a bit. So I don't fear death. It's not death. It's life. God, this ain't life. This is an experience. Through the eyes and the body or the makeup of the creator, the intelligence. That's in our head. That voice. So when I leave from here, I'm going to life. My little boy cried. I didn't tell him like this, but my little boy cried when they had a little discussion about dying. But the same way I'm saying it to you is how I said it to him. He remembers everything. I am always in his dreams. You can make me pop up anytime because you always remember me without even knowing that you can remember everything about me. You will just do it. My voice, everything, my laugh, all of that. I was getting a little emotional still, not gonna lie. See, that's my passion, fam. I'm an emotional, sensitive person, especially when it comes to children. Because they're the ones being attacked. And enough adults are just letting them be attacked with the fuckery. You want to say anything, Philly?
Yeah, I'm here with you, brother. I'm building. I'm with you.
Oh. Yeah, man. So yeah, it took me so long to change my life. I still haven't changed it because I'm not even supposed to be smoking weed. But I blaze like a spliff now and again. You know what I'm saying? And when I blaze it, I'm like, no, why have I done that? Because it just fucks up my whole day. It just messes my head up. Because I'm not tolerant to it no more. It's only bud. But because of like the level that I'm at, and because I don't really like eat certain things, I hardly really eat. But I maintain my weight and strength. Yes, big man, what go on?
Yes, Blue, mic check, mic check.
Loud and clear, my brother. What's good?
Yeah, you're good.
Yo, Uncle Leo, peace, much love, brother Blue, you already know, man. Hey, Blue, yeah, I'm loving this. You know what? I was actually sitting down doing some cool work, right? But you've been talking the shit I like to hear, bro. So I had to come off and take a little break. I'm gonna roll one now, take a little break with you guys, and enjoy this show. Yeah, much love.
Yeah, respect. You know what's mad as well? You know, look how you get from over here, like it's like might just come around to my yard. You know, like we just had a big phone call and you come like, you know,
Yeah.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah, I'm not even
Yeah.
gonna.
Like I said, man, I was busy.
Yeah, go on. Sorry.
No, like I said, I was busy doing my coursework, but this is like a little smoke break for me. But you were spitting that spill that I like to hear, man. So I had to come up here for my break.
Blood. I used to say like a while ago, like, or maybe I heard it. Children learn what they live and live what they learn. And for an adult, it's the same thing, but it's about knowing like what to learn and what and how to live or what to live by or as. You know what I'm saying? So like
Yeah,
I can only speak like from my perspectives of what I've been through, you know what I'm saying? And unfortunately, but fortunately, in a way of like people understanding where I'm coming from, a lot of people have been through what I've been through.
yeah. That's what you just said there, right? What to learn. That part is very crucial because if you know what to learn, it cuts out all the bullshit and you save a lot of time, right? And time is a weapon that you need in this day and age. So what you said there was very spot on. What to learn. If I could go back now, 20 years, I would know exactly what to learn. It's taking me now to know what to learn. I'm studying my installation course, and that is really going to benefit me. If I knew to study that, yeah, I'd be well ahead. But now I know what direction to take to give to my son. I can be like, yo, this is the direction. This is what you need to learn. Not having to try to figure it out. You know, this is the way forward. So I agree with you on that part.
And you're doing the right thing, my brother. It's very important to learn, you know, different trades out here, so that way you can always keep yourself busy or employed, or you can create your own business. You see what I'm saying? You know, electrical, you know,
Facts.
computer, any type of computers. You know what I mean? These satellites. I mean,
Hmm.
these what they call them? Solar dishes. Learning how to do all that stuff. If you know, y'all
Hmm.
young people, that's what I encourage y'all to do. You know what I mean? Get a trade, learn how to do some things. You know what I mean?
Big facts.
Yeah, because of trade.
That's it.
Like,
But you know the craziest thing?
go on, Adrian.
Check this one out though, Blue as well, yeah. Even though my father wasn't around to guide me through much my adolescence, right? It was still embedded in my DNA to learn a trade, you know, because my father was a tradesman and he didn't grow up with me. He didn't guide me down that road, but it was embedded in me because I am a product of my father, right? And I'm the reincarnated side of it. And he was here to, you know, come back and try and do good, which he was trying to do good. He found a trade and he passed it down in the gene type to me now. So that's me trying to come out to do good. And I'm going to pass that shit down to my son now, you know, teach one, pass it on. So I'll rock with you on that.
I think that's what you're supposed to do. Otherwise, like, because it's like a lot of people, like I say, I hear a lot of people say ancestors this, ancestors that, like on a broad scale. And that you can't really be like teaching that or thinking that in general, because like you say, you're passing something down. So you're the ancestor, you're the elder, passing something down. Now, you know, I think through DNA and through obviously your lineage, you have traits within you. You know what I'm saying? That like you say now, it's come to your age now where you're finding these traits and you're jumping on them straight away. You get me? And by the sounds of it, you've done one already, one trade, and now you're going on to another,
Mm,
which to me says that
facts.
that's within you because you're excelling at it. You know, and it's funny, innit? Like,
and you know
in
what,
our,
Blue?
go on.
No, you go.
I was gonna say it's funny, like when I was talking about schools, like because of the classism in the class that I was from. I mean, not school class, but the actual, you know, the working class. I was kind of funneled into being like, you should do football. You should do like fighting or something. Not the fact that even like home economics, I was cooking when I was like 6, 7. So when I was in home economics at school, teachers were like, how do you learn to cook? How do you know to cook? You know what I'm saying? Like, these types of skills are just gone. Like, you should know how to cook certain things and be competent in a kitchen at like 10 years old. And youths aren't. Like, the actual skills of life have disappeared.
That's facts. I'm glad you brought up the sports part as well, because I look at the sports now as I'm older, right, as sort of like a distraction, like in the sense where those high paid jobs, yeah, like athlete jobs, that's almost like 1 in 2 in every 100 child that might make it. You know, like you're not really guaranteed that spot really, when you could be doing other things to benefit your child's growth. You know, how much other children does your child got to compete with in that type of lifestyle, what will come with, you know? And it's almost like the astronaut job, you know, only a certain selected people would be astronauts type of thing. When we're teaching our children to, you know, children might say, oh, I want to be an astronaut. And you'd be like, yeah, one day you'll be an astronaut. Just, you know, practice. Knowing full well you can't be an astronaut. You'll be wasting time. Just teach them a trade, whether it's electrician, plumbing, gas, you know, and it'll be forever set. Family lineage will be forever set because the knowledge is in the family.
Right. That's what I'm saying, Adrian. Like, you just brought up a good example there. Like, astronauts is like, there's certain like so-called jobs or careers that are just out the reach from, I'd say, even like the general public. You've got to have certain family clearance and lineage to get like this astronaut gig, because it's a varsity. Well, I wouldn't say a full varsity car. Yeah, they might be going in the rocket and going in the air, but most of their training is for when they landing back in the sea, when they've not even been to where they say they're really going. That's why you see them training in water for when they land in the water, just in case, you know what I'm saying? Anything goes wrong. So yeah, like things like that, you know, even like movies and stuff, being actors and actresses and stuff like that, child actresses, like it's them things are hard, out of reach a certain general public. You know, I don't know. No, do I know one? I know one youth who went my school. He was in This Is England. Well, that wasn't like a worldwide blockbuster. So yeah, it's essential that you give your child a form of a trade, you know, something to work from, like a basis, a foundation, because foundation is obviously the part to build. And like you, because you're learning that now, by the time you're learned, your children will be ready to be learned in that as well. You know, so
Facts.
like I wanna see, with the little properties that I've been able to get, do I make one of my children an estate agent or what? They might not want to get into business, but it's just the fact that I've got a bit of generational wealth, or not even wealth, but a bit of money that can help them get to a higher level of what they might want to achieve, like what a lot of us weren't able to have. Like if he wants to be in IT, I might be able to pay for the best IT course at that time at that certain university, which might be like 4,000 or 5,000. You know what I'm saying? Instead of him going to a BTEC, you know what I mean, for £500. See, that's the difference. There's, like I say, there's levels of learning, even in trades and careers. And there's ways of getting
That's a
there
fact.
faster. That's why you see a certain class in a certain high grade job.
Big facts.
You know, so we've just got to force our way in. I've got my foot in the door slightly, you know what I'm saying? Use this. Yo,
What are going?
who's this? Wagwan Indigenous.
What? Man, much power and prosperity to you in the chat, bro. How you doing?
I'm all good, man. What's going on?
Nah, I'm just sitting back, just chilling, just building with you, bro.
Yeah, man.
Oh,
Bill, man.
that's
What do you
what's
want to
up.
say? Jump in, man. More than welcome.
Peace, brother. Thank you for joining. Yeah, bro. Like you were saying anyway, man. It seems like we kind of got it figured out anyway.
Peace, Coppertone. Yeah, go on, Adrian. Sorry, I was just wording up Coppertone, innit?
Ah, cool. Yeah, man. You seem like you know the foundation already. The foundation is to make sure the home's got the blueprint. You know, the foundation's got to be solid. It's like, why would I spend money to get a plumber or a gas man or electrician when I know all of these things? They give us opportunities to be a jack of all trades. You understand? And the trades is what the world is built on, the foundation, right? So if I can be involved in that blueprint and I can have my family involved in that blueprint by making, you know, the men being jack of all trades, we're winning. We're winning, you know. That's what I want to add to
That's
that.
correct. Hey, is my phone better?
That's powerful.
Can you hear me correctly?
You're a little muffled still. But come through.
You're bogging out, bro.
Yo,
Hey.
Coppertone, what you saying, Bridget?
Hey, that last statement was powerful, man. That was a powerful ass statement, man. Hey.
Yeah.
Thank you, bro. Thank you, Copper.
For real,
that means a lot coming from you, bro.
The trades. Hey, I took for granted shit. I took my whole life for granted shit. That felony I caught at like 18, 19. Shit, that stunned me, man. I'm just now, you know what I'm saying, trying to shake it off, man. But that's powerful, man. Sometimes our kids or us as kids, I wasn't overwhelmed by that college shit. I had a reality like I wasn't gonna go to college, but the trades, that's powerful, man. You always available because you always have a service. And that's an entrepreneur, man. Worry about what service you could give. The money there, the currency there currently. You know what I'm saying? That's powerful, man. Let's get it.
Let's
Thank
get
you.
it.
I am
Much
humbled.
respect, Coppertone.
For real. And imagine that as well, Copper. You're saying like with a lot of us of a certain ethnicity or background, we're more prone to being a felon or a criminal, which then kind of narrows the opportunities in certain jobs anyway. You know what I'm saying? You've got to go through certain checks to get certain jobs, you know what I'm saying? Like I've had to go through DBS checks to be able to work with children. You know what I mean? It's come back blessed. You know what I'm saying? But certain countries I'm still not allowed to go to. Like I've only just been allowed to go to America. So yeah, you're hindered by that. But trades, man, that's what a lot of our fathers and grandfathers and great grandfathers used to talk about, because that's what they had. They had the steel industries. You know, even in like Jamaica, they brought over on the Windrush doctors, plumbers, nurses, electricians, carpenters. Same in America. You had all of them people. You were not needing any foreigner to come build up your house or nothing like that. You had all that yourself. And like I say, these trades have been pushed out of us. You know, one, because there's not many around, and two, because that generation of, there isn't that generation now. You know, so
Dude, next door at former dope boy, you know what I'm saying? He got out the feds and he got houses and all that. This is my first time seeing him. I glanced at him, he glanced at me, but this is my first time seeing him. I'm like, damn, man. My closest thing I could get to trades is I love yard work and shit. So I'm trying to get better in, well, not trying, I'm in the process of getting a better job, you know what I'm saying, paying more. So hopefully, you know what I'm saying, these breaks, you know what I'm saying, I know it's a due process and I'm always late to the party and I'm a late bloomer. So I champion, you know what I'm saying, that extra journey, because once I get there, you know what I'm saying, I'll be like, I can look back, man, and look at, oh man, this why this felt like this why I ran like this. You know what I'm saying? I'm here. Let's get it.
yo, you
Yeah,
keep
I
breaking
hear
up.
that.
But yo, at
I
least you
heard what
get
you're
into the
saying
party.
though. It's better to,
Man, go
that's
on.
it. It's better to be late than not showing up. It's better to be late than not showing up, bro.
It's better to be late than non-participation at all. Big
Right,
facts.
right. A lot of us talk a lot without precipitating and precipitate. That's rain, you know. Without I can't say that word. Without taking part. You get me? What word did you just say?
I know what you're trying to say.
Participate.
Participate.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Participate.
non-participation.
Participation. Yeah. Philly said it. Non-participation. You know what I'm saying? Leave you
Yeah, but
stagnated.
people we take part in the wrong stuff. That's what I'm saying. We take part in the stuff that's thrown to us by the media. This is the whole issue.
Oh yeah.
This is what, like I was saying about, like, I'm glad people like Sanchez was on doing that thingy, the culture thing, you know what I'm saying? Well, it wasn't that, it was if black was dead, you know what I'm saying? Or black culture. I'm glad he brought that up, because you don't really see people doing them types of streams. You know what I'm saying? But it, Empress, you writing it in the chat, I still can't say it, you know?
Hey, Blue.
Yeah.
Hey, Blue.
Participation.
We
That's just
we
one that
inherit we inherit debt. That's what we do. We die and inherit debt.
Yeah, naturally. So this is why I'm glad my son and my youngest and my daughter are in a trust without birth certificates. You know what I'm saying? It enables me to move them better now, because I own them, you know what I'm saying? So like, they're gonna be different to my other two, because my other boy was too old for it. Let me get my man back in. Yeah, my other boy, he was too old. I had to do it before they were 7. Your mic check indigenous.
What's good with it? What's good with
Yo.
it? Man,
Yeah,
peace.
you sound
Man,
good, man.
peace
You
to
sound
y'all,
good.
bro. Peace to y'all. Thank you, man. And man, I had to. It felt like I was doing construction on my phone just to get the sound right. What's good with y'all though? You caught me.
Yeah,
Yeah,
to do
You good, man?
construction on his phone.
you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you, bro.
Nah,
You good? You good?
thanks, man. Hey, man, much love to y'all, man. I'm glad to be on the bill with y'all, man. I mean, honestly, what you were saying earlier, to me, it sounds like I rather have and not need than need and not have.
Yo, I like that. I like that.
That's it. That's it. You said it.
And anything you need, like I don't need certain things. It's certain things aren't a necessity. You know what I'm saying? I just have the essential that I need. I don't try and go above my needs, you know what I mean? Or whatever my means. See, even that word means,
That's
when you
it.
say means, yeah, that basically means average. Even using that word's mad. I was thinking about it the other day just to go on the left. Like saying, what's the meaning? That's like saying, yo, what's the average? What's the amount? What's the amount of the sentence? Blood, do you know some of the words? Like I've got this book that one of my baby mothers, like, where I've basically wrote a couple paragraphs in legalese in the sense of how the words should really mean. It sounds mad. Sounds mad. Because there's so many words that you use what don't have the right sense. Sentence. Even that's what sentence, sent, sen, and tense, past tense, future tense of the word or what you're saying or what you're spelling. Getting on my Huey P right there with the words.
Yeah, I was making my smoothie. You know what I'm doing. Get my smoothie ready for the day, my nutrients for the day.
What did I have earlier? I had salmon with beetroot, cucumber, apple with some mango, like sliced mango and apple, with some spinach leaves and red onion, and gobbled that up like a real vegetarian.
Hey, and everything. My bad, man. My phone kicked me out, but I came back.
Power of the smoothie.
Yeah. But see, that's the thing. To me, that sounds like the sour sap.
Say that again. The what?
To me, the fruit that you was explaining sound like sour sap.
Oh, yo, I love that sour sap.
Correct.
But I don't like when they come over here, they've got hella seeds in them. Too many nowadays. Like they're being genetically modified. Like they come over a bit too hard sometimes. There's not enough flesh in them to make my sour sap drink. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So more time I just.
Is that the spiky one?
Yeah, yeah. And then you got the
That's
custard
the
apple as
spiky
well.
one,
It's
isn't
got
it? Yeah.
too many seeds in it.
Correct.
Like I only eat certain mangoes. Like I don't eat them stringy mangoes. I don't like them because they just get stuck in your teeth.
Hey, let me ask you this, Blue. Have you ever had the unripe mangoes and let them soak into vinegar juice?
I ain't done that before.
What? like I'm from Blue. I'm from Florida.
So you like an islander.
Hold on, my nigga.
Basically.
Hey, 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 bro. Did you say mango and vinegar juice?
Correct, but no, but the green mango, the
Oh,
the
the hard big one.
correct, yeah, before it's
Yeah, with
ripe,
the
no
yellowy
sweet,
white flesh. Yeah, yeah.
correct. That's what I
Aye.
was saying. You try that up, and you saw that it's almost like a pickle, a pickle. Yeah, yeah, you know where I'm going. But
Ah, yeah, yeah. Do you know what?
yeah,
Yeah, okay. Yeah,
that's
bro.
what I'm saying. You know I
The
know it.
Asian culture, they do that a lot. The Asian culture,
Yeah,
they
Mm.
do that a lot.
because the
They
Oh,
mango,
like
pickle their
picnic.
mango.
yeah,
They
the
Like
pickle
Correct.
it.
mango's
picnic.
got a lot of antioxidants for the body also. So the
Yes,
mangoes are very important,
important, very.
very important for the body.
Mm.
Some
Yeah.
antioxidants keep you from getting colds and sick, and a lot of it breaks down a lot of the bacteria.
It was it was a traditional remedy from getting sick before COVID. No, but we yeah, I hate to tie my roots back into like that's why I was like man my grandparents from Barbados and I even told some silly dude named Top Cat that and he almost wanted to harp on that but he told everybody his ancestors came from Africa. Let me shut up.
Nah, because I was born in Jamaica. I was born on a little reserve, particularly for Pika or Pequot people. Like there was only like 1,000. You get me? All of them people were from the same place forever. You know what I'm
You
And
saying?
know what's
blue
But
crazy, right?
by
go ahead.
traditions.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Now go on.
No, I'm
No,
sorry to cut you guys.
you got it. You got it.
I just wanted to add to the build. Um, you know, with obviously people claiming where they come from and whatnot, whatnot. I mean, after
Mhm.
seeing a lot of the orphan trains and the incubator babies, right? I would
Mhm.
love to see a real debate of people actually knowing their true origins because I
Correct.
don't think no one actually really know their
Genealogy.
true origins. Yeah. And as
I'm glad.
much as a lot of people could say, yeah, the ancestors this, ancestors that, but I think
Mhm.
a lot of people got it confused, man, with the ancestor shit. And that orphan shit is right in a lot of people's face, right? They showed you
Mhm.
how they spreaded out the population, how
But
certain people was responsible for population, right? So, and they
mhm.
were just showing you one race. I'm pretty sure they got footage of other races, but they probably do not dare to show that. Otherwise, the plan unfolds. You understand? So just be aware, man.
Yes.
It
Can I ask you
goes
a
deep,
question?
but I could
Can
get
I
much
ask you a
deeper, but
question?
I'm gonna
Can
stop
I ask you
there.
a
Yes,
question?
bro.
I probably will
Mhm.
get you deeper because when
Mhm.
you mention orphanage, that's a cutoff of your lineage, right or wrong.
That's it.
Mm, mm,
That's it. All
mm.
the foundlings, the orphans spreading through the whole of the country. That's it. You can't debate that. You can't debate who you are from that era because
I
everything's
won't.
fucked up. And like I said, they only showed you the
Correct.
European side of it. What if they showed you
Correct.
everything?
You know I listen. You know I hear
That's
everything
it.
you saying because I'm telling you, like I came on Top Cat. I ain't coming there to debate, but I kind of cut off my lineage when I said that my grandparents from Barbados. I said
Yeah,
that,
you cut
but
off one of your side of your lineage, my brother.
yeah, I
That's
know I
all.
did. I know, but only
It's
one
all
side.
good though.
No, no,
Yeah, only
no.
one
But
side.
but 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 what side did he cut off when he said he's from Africa?
Exactly.
Think
But
about it.
that's that's the
And
mind
see,
fuckery of our people. You know what I mean?
that's my dog, OG. OG
A
know
lot
my
of our
boys.
people are indoctrinated
Good.
from school, not from
Correct.
the knowledge of self.
Correct.
You know what I mean? I used to think I came from Africa too. Until I did a little soul searching and did a little history searching and did a little history of my family. And what really kills me is that niggas love being slaves. They don't want to be shit but a slave.
Woo!
We
Ain't
got to get
you
rid of
telling
that
the truth?
slave mentality, man. My people were not slaves. My people were
How,
landowners.
OG, let me ask you this, OG. Why do they think that telling somebody they was a slave benefit them?
Because they're a slave to their God. You know, and them niggas don't want to admit that, but they're a slave to religion.
And
You
it's
know,
not
that's
just
why
that
they
neither.
That's why they
Sorry, Philip.
comfortable with being a slave. Go ahead, brother. You got it.
And it's not just that. Remember, this whole slave narrative is an oppression story. And it's been taken on as something to be proud of, like using, oh, we were slaves. Like,
Yeah.
nah, like,
We pulled ourselves
makes
up from the
sense.
boots. Go ahead, Blue.
Correct. We was birthed from boot grounds up, and honestly, we making moves, not looking at back. We not looking backwards, worrying about we were slaves. Actually, we worrying about what we doing today to father what we doing to continue and
And,
bringing a legacy to our children. Go ahead.
and check this 50 as well, 56. Like, Jamaica's in the Commonwealth. There's not many African countries in the Commonwealth. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of Australian countries, Canada.
Yeah.
How
Hey,
come when I check this, I always made me think, like, why did the see, they had to use like Jamaicans to go and fight in the Zulu War in the 1880s, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
And then you've got Jamaicans coming over in 49 to help build up after the World War. And I'm thinking, so where do you want all these white people then? How come you ain't got no skills to do anything? But then also I was thinking, how come you're not using Africans if we're from Africa? Why ain't you got no African Commonwealth country coming to help you in England? Why are you bringing the Jamaicans?
Correct. Mm. And blue.
And you mentioned Commonwealth, because several states are Commonwealth states, my brother. I know. So they all link into.
Everyone comes to Jamaica in America, but they take us out of there. We ain't came into there. They've took us out of there. Because bearing in mind, yeah, when I come England, I only knew I was mixed race when I was about 11, 12.
Mm-hmm.
I still used to get called black this or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Mom not calling me a nigger though, because them words were around then. That's probably about 15, almost 20 years old. We've been using that over here. You get me? Which is learned behavior again.
Correct.
Because I used to get called like a black bastard. You get me?
Mm-hmm.
But I only know one lineage. I've only been brought up one way, you know what I'm saying? So I carry myself as a so-called black man, but I know I'm an indigenous. Like over here, I've got a whole different birth certificate. My birth certificate's different.
And hey, Blue, I'm glad OG kind of called me out. He said that's only one side of your lineage. And OG, I never told you this yet, but on that side, I was called Arawak. That's one lineage that I ain't hear yet. And
but that's not our people though. They're not our people. Like Taino and Awak, they're 1820 words. We weren't called that. Bearing in mind as well, we were speaking Latin as well in the Americas. That's why on the islands we have broken English, because on the mainland America, that's where more oppression took place and stuff. You know what I'm saying? That's where everyone came.
And I'm
These people came learning English because Latin comes from English comes from Latin mainly.
And that's why I'm glad I got you on the phone.
Indigenous, real quick. This is the point I like to always bring out, my brother. It wasn't just America that was enslaved. They enslaved the whole melanated world at one point in time.
Correct. But actually, they went on their conquests to enslave the whole world with a Bible. Can I say that?
Including all the islands, you know. What's that? Haiti had to pay back its restitution.
Mm-hmm.
So you know, all of them islands was Jamaica and all of them.
That's the thing. Haiti had to combine their reparation with Cuba. Am I right? Because where I'm at in Florida, I know a lot of Haitians. And Dominican Republic.
Because Florida was classed as an island. It was classed as part of the Caribana, which is Caribbean. Hence why you've got Caribana festivals in Canada as well.
Correct. That's why that's the only reason. No, come on, man. I mean, I'm too good to be arguing. Like that's why I was trying to build with the saying that like I know a lot of Haitians, and I know a lot of people on that same island. I was just trying to think of the other side of it. What was it called? That's when my mind went to a blank almost. Was it Dominican Republic or was it the yeah, that's what it was. That's what it was.
Saint Dominico is the man in it. That's someone's name. That would have been a Moor. A lot of them islands are Moorish names. Like even in South America, when the Moors came, they were using the names already in South America and North America, like the name Naldo. Naldo is a South American name. They came with like when the Dutch came over, Naldo became Ronaldo.
And
you get me?
I'm glad you said that because I never debated because I didn't live in those times. But what I was saying was one side of the country is called Haiti. What's the other side?
Oh yeah. Wait, I'm not sure, you know.
I need to look it up because I'm talking and not researching. But I know if you say it, it'll come back tomorrow. But at the same time, I grew up around a lot of Haitians and they speak Creole.
Where's Belize?
That don't ring a bell.
That's in South America,
no, it's what on the where people say they from Haiti. What's the other side of it? It's Dominican Republic or it's a Spanish. Like it's a lighter skin that been on the Haiti side. Go ahead.
Hispaniola, you mean? Hispaniola. Because Haiti shares the country with Hispaniola.
Yeah, and I was gonna say, oh, go ahead.
And they're Spanish people. You get me? Before they were called Spanish. They're people from overseas.
Can somebody pull up the island of Haiti?
Yeah, the island of Haiti shares its country with Hispaniola because Haiti is the original indigenous people, and then Hispaniola are the fake motherfuckers who inhabit.
Yes. But I don't remember it being called Hispaniola.
So you'd be like a Latino, which is the original indigenous. A Hispanic. They're the native people, and then even the native people, when you hear them talk, they've got Chinese. They have almost a Chinese. Even some of the Puerto Ricans, the way they speak, they've almost got a Chinese tone to them. You can hear it, and that's because they're like third generation.
You said Puerto Rican. I heard.
Yeah, because remember, it's a port. It was a port.
Oh no, that's what. If you from that island and you don't speak Puerto Rican, you Haitian. Where I'm from, like
but then you've got people who speak. You got people who speak Haiti or whatever Haiti, and then you got
they call it Haiti. Yeah.
Then you got people who speak Hispaniola as well, innit? Which would be the Spanish speaking.
And it's crazy.
But I think all of them speak Spanish now, anyway.
Can I ask you this, Blue?
Yo.
How can you have one island speaking two different languages?
Because they came after and incorporated their own type of language. Remember, these people from Europe or Galilee or Gaul, before it was called France, Spain, or anything like that, it was called Galilee and Gaul. Them people are different languages. They had Indo languages, Indo-European languages,
Mhm.
what they call it now.
And
So
but it
these
shows
didn't
you
have like
who
no
conquered.
Latin.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, so these people didn't have Latin. A lot of them were speaking Arabic because the Arabic was conquering. They're the ones who would have come first, the Moors. And the Moors of like Europe,
No,
what's
and
now
I
called
feel
Spain.
you're tying it into the Moors. I didn't get that deep with it
Because
per se.
remember,
Mhm.
you have Andalusia, Catalonia, Basque. These places, they were inhabited by dark-skinned people, but they weren't Negro. You'd call them Caucasian because they come from Caucasia, that area, the Caucasus areas. Just because you're Caucasian don't mean you're just white. It's an area. You have Negroid, Mongoloid, Caucasian, Caucasoid.
Say it
Negroids,
again.
Negroids, my mom. Negroids, all of you man on this panel.
Wow.
None of you man are Caucasian, and none of you man are Mongoloid. You see the Mongoloid over here, and you see the Caucasian because the phenotype's different. Remember, you've got dark-skinned Dravidians from India who had like sharp noses and everything, but then when you go to like the Philippines and the South Pacific Islands, you've got Negritos who look like people that was in Jamaica. But they changed in the Philippines because you had King Philippe, who was a Moor, who went up there and raped and pillaged and took over that land. That's why it's called the Philippines. So their phenotype kind of changed throughout time, throughout war and conquering, through them first. Then you had a whole different set of people doing it as well in different places or the same place. Hence why you've got a whole conglomerate of a race called a Native American in America, who then try and take your land like it's theirs and then displace you in Africa. Yet you have a name called Afrikaner, who are the white people. Make it make sense.
It doesn't. It doesn't make
right.
sense.
So that lot was already warring over there. Before they came over with any Bible or any like spiritual system or any Catholicism, they was already warring in their area already. In places like Europe and places like the Middle East, there was wars going on all the time. Then eventually they came over. You know, like to South America first. The conquistadors and the mestizos and the Arab Moors.
You getting deep without you knowing it, because
why do you think they've got a lot of South American ways of life or so-called spiritual systems and customs within Catholicism? They brought over the sacrificial of people, the sacrificing of people. We didn't have them types of things ever.
Wow,
like I say, they brought a whole learned behavior to the people of America or America. Trust me, it's mad. Like you're telling me, right? These people came over with no Spanish-speaking languages and then taught everybody Spanish or Portuguese.
That's what made me think
no,
about it.
That don't make no sense. It's called Latin America for a reason.
Correct. Correct.
So yeah, like that's why I learned Latin. Latin ain't the same as Roman language or anything like that. Latin ain't the same as Italian, because you can't get Italian from English and you can't get English from Italian, but you can get English from Latin, but you can also get German as well within these English words.
And that's why I was asking the question, how can one island have so many different, it has different nationalities, but how can so many people on one island speak different languages? That's what I was getting.
Dialects, there'll be different dialects because it's accents. Like over here, we've got a place called Liverpool and they speak totally different. Then like 250 miles away, you've got Scotland that speak different, totally different, but English.
Correct. Like, okay, so what's the Liverpool dialect.
They
I'm
if they they'll be like, all right, kid. Like
Mhm.
they've got a lot of in when they speak that like
Mhm.
what's going on? Like
Mhm.
that they've got
Major,
that.
major problem.
They sound like
They got
rabbis.
major
They sound like rabbis.
Well, one dark chameleon. So yeah, man, when you learn dialect and you learn language or the main languages or the main lingo at one point, like Latin, then you start to piece things together. Because
Correct.
I know Latin. I've been learning it for years.
Correct. Yeah.
Most concepts in English come from Latin. Audio, we say ears. Video, see. You know what I'm saying? Just little things like that. But then you've got certain sentences or meanings in Latin that don't mean anything and mean something totally different in the English language.
That's what I've been not so much trying to say, but you say Dark Chameleon in the building. I can't look at the chat right now.
Yeah.
What's good, Dark Chameleon? Either way, my dog OG Philly on here. I'm looking at him now. Nah, I'm not a troll. I'm just trying to piece exactly what somebody talking.
No, man, you good, man. I'm mute. So
All right. No, I was just sitting literally trying to piece everything together, and you was making a lot of that. See, that's why I ain't gonna lie to you. I grew up around a lot of Haitians, but I ain't grew up with the Haitians speaking Spanish. If that made sense.
yeah, because you'll only get like the mix or the conquered like speaking that. You will still have, like you say, the indigenous people speaking that, which probably would be one of the common dialects that
They
was
call
around
it
that.
Creole. They call it Creole.
Oh, Creole. Okay,
Correct.
yeah.
See, you
That's
get
like
what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, now. But I
yeah,
had
because
to
I was learning Creole.
Correct.
Like it's quite easy to learn because it's almost like French. You know what I'm saying? And bearing in mind, I think that Creole came about with the Indo-European language and the language we were speaking.
So how? That's what I was saying. Like, I got
So
the
even
Haitian.
that language that the Haiti people speak isn't
Go
their
ahead.
lingo.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about. The
Like
Haiti
Latin,
you saying,
yes.
but I call them
Like-
Haitian. But that's what they call themselves down
Yeah,
here.
because it's ain't no one wrong. And yo, check this as well, 56. I ain't, like I say, I ain't a teacher. What I'm telling you, yeah, ain't like, don't take it for truth or anything. This is just my opinion of what I've researched, and I've been in South America. I've visited there. You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
At the time I was researching,
Mm-hmm.
I just remember things and notice things, you know what I'm saying? Plus I go with the lineage of my family. I can go back to like 1794. So I go off things like that. You get me? I'm lucky enough for that.
And a lot of Haitian people talk to me thinking that I know their broken French, which is called Creole, and I sit there and tell them, I don't tell them nothing. I just nod my head like, I don't know what the hell you saying.
See, like I say, I think it was an amalgamation of two people coming together, because they would have come to want to be in our clique kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? We were popping. We had a whole different way of life. America is mother because of Amma is mother. You have the Amazon River. You had the Missouri, the Mississippi.
It's a melting
You had everything popping over there already. So these people came and jumped on the coattails of what he was doing. You know what I'm saying? And languages came together, like people came together. That's why they say Latin's a dead language because the people that spoke it are now from Africa, meaning you.
But the sad thing, everybody that's dark, they tell them they came from Africa when they didn't.
Exactly. But a lot of people are starting to wake up to that fact now, because all you need to do is just do a bit of like research on boats and research on cargo and vessels and things
a
like
lot of people realize they're still in our heritage and our rights. You know what I mean? So a lot of people are waking up.
I second that emotion, and that's the only reason why I'm speaking up, because I'm just laying, I'm just sitting here like, I ain't gonna lie to you. I used to watch baseball. I thought Sammy Sosa was black. Then I started listening to him and realized he had a Spanish speaking language. Just saying. But not saying that he's not different from me, but he grew up in the area where that language was spoken more, and that was his home language. But they try to tell me, correct. Go ahead.
No, sorry, go on. I cut you off, big man. Go on.
No, you got it. I was just talking because it was a dead silence.
No, because if you think about it, it's like when a man speak English in a project or in our ends where there's hardly any white people. So it's like they came, they saw, they conquered, and left you with these languages that ain't yours, and then said that your language is dead to try and replace, and deaded you off. Deaded is off. You know what I'm saying? Our customs, ways of life.
Mm-hmm.
So we've took on other personas of other people. And just like the same people that came over then that looked like you or me are the same people that they use now, foreigners. Like meaning European so-called blacks that represent the American for some reason. Like it happens a lot. See,
every day.
Yeah. So like I
Hey,
say,
blue. So
Copper
say
tone,
like
wow, your voice, your microphone is very overpowering.
my bad. Let me
No, you good. No, you good. I'm just telling you.
He's got bass in his voice. That's why he's got bass in his voice. Let me just turn down on the equalizer a bit.
I got my mic turned up on screen.
All good. You got it.
Okay. So, what percentage of the Black Europeans are from there and not from Africa? Like, all right, like
who said Black European?
Hebrew. Yes. Look, what Blue saying is spewing out a little bit.
I didn't hear Blue say Black European. That's all I'm saying.
He was saying it without saying black. That's what I call. But all right, you know the foreigner guy from The Wire, what's his name? Idris. Is he Blue? From your experience and all that, is he native to whatever European country, or do you think that he from Africa? Because
you asked me?
That's going to be most of the American so-called people do that. Okay, if they're from Europe, they way from Africa. Break that down for me, man. Let's get it.
Repeat that because it was breaking up.
Oh, look, Obsidian, big up Bridging. My man just said interested in the chat as well. The most interesting thing about the cargo shipping is I think the ocean current and the tidal waves of the rough Atlantic, which is true. You're gonna have to replacing, like fixing the boat on the go. You know what I'm saying? But go on, sorry, 56.
No, if you waiting for me, I was trying to tell Copper to repeat it because it was breaking up. I didn't really hear his question, but you was answering it, so y'all should have the dialogue because apparently on my end, I couldn't hear him correctly.
Hey, hey, Blue, can I chime in real quick just before I go?
Yeah, man, of course.
All right. This is not to offend nobody, right? But this is just the way how I've kind of seen things since I
Just say it, Adrian. You're calm, man. Just say what you want,
took
man.
a
You're
different
good.
path.
Then
Yeah.
get it out.
All right. Cool.
Get it out.
All right. Even with distractions, right? That's going to be the title, distractions. And it's like, even with people claiming land, what they're indigenous to, who were there first, what they're entitled to, right? I see that as a distraction as well. And the reason why I see that as a distraction sometimes because there's people claiming and fighting for land, right? And they're doing this so-called fight from the comfort of their home, you know, behind computers and other forms of media, why there's other people out there really going through shit. Not mention there's other people laid back comfy in their home saying they want more land, we're entitled to this, when there's people out there with nothing, their voice is not even being heard, and they just want a bed to sleep in. They're not asking for land, they just want a bed to be recognized, you know, probably to see their kid once a year, once a month, these things like that. Why there's people out there fighting for land when they're already comfy, got a 4-bedroom house, you know, distracting people, right? That's one part of it, right? And then the second part of it is like
Okay,
I said,
no. Let's focus on that first. Then we can go to the next point. What was
all right,
your
you
issues with
go.
it? You feel? No. I'm listening.
Yeah,
Don't come.
basically
Yeah,
that's
let's
just
start
my
there. Let's
ramble
answer
of it.
that.
Like that's just my
Go ahead.
ramble on
I'm a real one, bro. I mean, cause
the um
it almost sounds
the
like
land
you were
and people
saying.
claiming that they want stuff.
Hmm.
Yeah, but
Sorry, go ahead,
56,
bro. Say that again.
I'm not gonna lie because I'm a real guy, you know what I'm saying? And all said and
Correct.
done, it's true what he's saying, you know what I'm saying? It's true what he's saying. I can't,
I'm
like I said,
not denying it.
I'm a multifaceted, listen, I'm a multifaceted guy, you know what I'm saying? I've learned to look at all sides and all angles of things, you know what I'm saying? Because if you don't see the angle, you're in trouble, you know what I'm saying? So, like, what he's saying is true. And like I say, it goes back to what I was saying with the title, where will you be in 5 years? That question there is when you ask that as an adult, you should be
Hmm.
breaking that down into sections of life and where you want to be and how you're going to get there, you know what I'm saying? And like Adrian just said,
Correct.
people are talking about land and wanting this and wanting that, yet there's
I
people out
love
there
it.
with even got a bed to sleep on or a shelter to be
That's
under when it's raining.
blue. The
Hey, can
reason
I
why
touch on that real quick, my brother?
you got it.
Let him just go in, please,
Yeah,
Finlay.
go ahead,
Go
finish
on,
it.
56.
My bad.
No, but what I'm saying is the reason why I wanted to stop him there because I know he's about to go somewhere else. The only reason I did because I think that's a good question. Like you said, Blue, I think that's a good question, and I actually wanted that question to be harped on and vetted before we went somewhere else. And what he was saying is, I feel you.
Yeah,
But
because I just wanted to touch on real quick that
mhm,
you know, it is something that people that got boots on the ground that's trying to wake up some of our people because some of our people is comfortable with these statuses that they got, and they think they're getting benefits from being black or African American, but really they're not. But a lot of our people are ignorant and don't want to, open up to the new information that's coming along. And it is some people that's basically on going to Congress and trying to let people know that we done caught up to the lie. No more lies. But a lot of our people are just stuck and comfortable, like I
All right,
said,
then,
with
Phil.
being a slave.
I've got a
But
question then for you,
it
Phil.
is some people with boots on the ground. Go ahead, brother.
And I'm glad OG. I'm glad you said that because OG, you know me, and Adrian don't. And by him saying that, I didn't feel like it was a shot at me. But what I want to say is, OG, you know me, and I'm not nobody just talking to hear my voice. I'm gonna say it like that.
Yo, 56, listen, you see
Good,
why
bro.
you're over here on this channel, right? You can say how you feel about things, you know what I'm saying? As long as it's not like real disrespect, you know what I'm saying, or personal.
Yeah, I
Say
don't
how
think
you feel, you
Adrian.
get there, ain't nothing wrong. You want
Yeah, I don't
no
think my
dinner,
brother
yeah?
took no shots at nobody.
No,
No,
No, hold on, hold
I
on.
kind of think I know who he's on
Let me
about anyway.
elaborate.
I don't
Yeah.
think Adrian took a
Of-
shot at me. I
Yo,
gotta say
brothers.
that. Like, I love this conversation.
Yeah, no, hell no. Hell no. That was a shot at nobody on this panel.
Correct.
That was a shot at no one
for
in general. That
clarifying.
was just a shot at
That's what I
life
was
in
saying, my
general.
brother Adrian.
Yes,
I
sir.
got you. Go ahead.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it was an observation, but yo,
Yes,
check
sir,
this.
Uncle
I've got a
Leo.
question then for you.
Oh,
How
hold
all
on,
right,
one
then.
more thing. Just
Go on, because I know you might lose
it was just what Leo just said, right? When they require the land, right? I understand that fully, that people are doing groundwork. That's why I did say that there is a few people doing it, but then what happens when they get the land, right, and they don't know how to do plumbing or carpentry or electrician? They just got land sitting there. So that's why I think it's important to get that trade shit going from early, because if you get the land, what's it use just sitting there? It's no good just sitting there. You got to get to work. So yeah, I agree with you there, Phil. Leo.
Yeah, hey, Adrian, I love what you just said because, like, a lot of people don't even know that me, like, I'm a newcomer, but a lot of people don't know that I know plumbing from electrician to a home building. Like, I helped my dad, I ain't gonna lie to you, build the house that I'm living in ground up. So they call me a human truck. I mean, a human crane.
Mental Ninja, what going? Yo, you can jump up.
Oh, my dog, Mental Ninja.
Hey, listen, 56. I want you over here because you're a tradesman, you know what I'm saying? You know these things. So, like I say, these skills can be usurped from you, you know what I'm saying? You're going to have a certain knowledge about certain things because I don't know about carpentry. I don't really know about, not even really, I don't know about being an electrician. You know what I'm saying? So, we need people like you because there's people like me who don't know.
I appreciate it. I mean, I ain't gonna lie to you. I mean, and I'll share knowledge when I can because, like, I do have a good understanding on that field.
But yo, I've got a question. I think Mental might like this question. But basically, with the whole black thing, see, me personally, I see it as just a social word because people see me as mixed, but call me black. You know what I'm saying? So my question is, how can the individual use the word black to empower themselves? Someone might steal this question as well.
I'm gonna let somebody else go first.
I'm gonna keep it simple. I don't think
on.
we can empower ourselves calling ourselves black or African American. Y'all got it.
And
You know what? I'm kind of with. Go on, you got it, bro. You got it, 56. You got it, bro. Go.
I was gonna say I ain't gonna say I hate that term, but I know what it stands for in law, in so many words, and that's why I don't want to get the conversation pulled to a different understanding. That's why I'm saying, like, if you explain,
Yeah, because basically, real quick, we know that's tied to a caste system. And it's also tied to fake history also.
You're mental. You want to get in?
That's it.
Peace to you.
Yeah, black man is God, bro. That's how I feel. At the end of the day, it's a fucking English word, and I can pick and choose which letters of the English language are bad letters and which letters are good, and use English to describe to you why I don't like these certain letters or words or phrases and shit. But really, at the end of the day, like Blue, you mixed, you a brother though. When we all in the same car, they're not gonna be like, oh, it was a predominantly 75% Caucasian division. They're not gonna see that shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? They look at what looks like them and what doesn't. That's how they define us and shit. But we can still define ourselves. At the end of the day, yeah, the word black has different meanings and shit, but it's like, for us, it can mean something different within the context of the conversation or the situation.
and
So
that's
then, all right, then, mental. So, like, specifically, then, how do you think in your walking day of life you can use that word black, or you know, assimilate as a black man and use that as power? But like, where do you think you could use that?
Like, I use that shit at work. Like, I just bought this
Well,
shirt.
but that's to everybody. I shouldn't even direct it just to you. You know,
No,
what I'm
it's
saying?
good.
No, it's all good. Hey, I just ordered this shirt off Amazon.
Topic.
I've been wearing that bitch every day. I gotta wash it, right? It say the black man is God. People see it, white people see it, they look at it, I can see the confusion in their eyes. Some black people see it, they don't say nothing. Some black people see it like, hey, I like that shirt. Hey, peace, God. Or hey, that's what's up. You know what I'm saying? One white lady at Walgreens said, I read your shirt, I like your shirt, I read it. I'm like, for sure. At the end of the day, bro, it's how when I say it to myself, when I say it, it's how I define and enunciate that word that gives its power.
correct. That's correct. I like.
Well,
See,
I can't
you know,
argue with that.
man, shut up, mental ninja. Man,
I-
shut up, man.
you know what though?
Head.
I kind of have to play devil advocate, give a little pushback, because it's like I can't even see myself going out there using the word black to empower me. I mean,
That's what we're doing.
the people around me sometimes, it's like there's nothing empowering to associate the word black in my environment where I'm at the moment. Period. And if we want to talk about global, like,
I'm
put it
with
this
you,
way,
my
right?
brother. Go ahead, brother.
Sometimes,
I'm with you.
right? Sometimes this is some real spill right now, yeah. Sometimes even when I'm watching a program with the missus, right, keeping in mind she's not black, I sometimes feel away when it gets to the black parts of the scene, thinking, is this how she thinks shit really is, or is she smart enough to read between the lines? But then there's other people out there that can't read between the lines, and then it's like, even when I use the word black or the word black is getting used, you look at the person beside you to see their reaction. Like, there's a big stigma with just the word black itself, right? And there's not many great things that is attached to the word black.
Yo,
in my
mental.
opinion.
Sorry,
That's deep. I like it.
Yo, mental. All right, then. True, you got a mixed child, then, yeah. What about if me and you know your mixed child went out of a t-shirt saying that? How would you feel? Like, because I know for one, me, I'd get looked at. See, it would confuse a so-called white person because they'd think, in society they see me as a mixed race. But I mean, but in society they also see me as being called black.
Hey, Blue. Like, from what you're saying, and if I'm reading it right, it tells me that you don't have to prove it. To me, it seems like you trying to prove black to yourself because you have. Right or wrong?
Not only
I think the real question. Matter of fact, I'm not gonna say it like this, but like,
let me answer.
Go ahead.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
No, I don't, because I've only been grown by my mom who's so-called black, you know what I'm saying? Or she's a
Correct.
Pequot. She's seen as
Yeah.
an Indian. I'm seen as a what's called a Mashantucket Pequot.
Okay, Bob Marley.
Yeah, but yeah, like that. But he knew
Come-
his father. You know what I'm saying? My mom was raped, so like she didn't want to mix
I hate
baby.
that term. Yeah, you got it.
She
I
was,
hate that.
yeah,
term.
but well, she was whatever in it. That's it. But I've not. I don't know how to act so-called white. You know what I'm saying? But I don't try and be black because I only knew what that was when I came England.
Hey, so like when you were asking me about like for my son, so like how would I feel is I could feel any number type of ways, but when I really get to like the lowest common denominator, I can if I'm willing to consider like my son, he's born into literally a foreign world and he's instructed to learn all these things that really isn't him because it only works one way, doesn't work the other way around. So every fucking word, letter, everything he learns from other people are going to be foreign ideas that he is looked to assimilate as his own. He's not really allowed or expected to create his own definition and own language and own way of living and shit. You know what I'm saying? So at that point, it kind of comes like this, you know, the word black. Like I said, I use the English language shit. Like I don't like the word black, but nigga, I don't and like is fucking part of the same language that the word black is from. And I'm picking and choosing, which suits my bias at whatever time, right? But at the end of the day, like there's a question that could be posed to the individual is what color are you when you're not defining yourself as a color? Who are you when you're not saying that you're you? Because I'm the mental ninja. When you call me the mental ninja or when I say I'm the mental ninja, who am I in between those moments? And it's like, there's no answer for that, period.
I mean, and you know definitely that you're not black because like you were saying, your skin color is brown probably. I mean,
It's like more really, look, my skin color is different shades, bro. My legs is lighter, like kind of like a mahogany, light brown. My arms are like dark, deep red and shit. You know what I'm saying? And like, this is it.
That's it.
I'm a human. Hue means spectrum, means color.
Correct. There is. I mean, we all are human. We all are humans on a different hue of that color spectrum, and neither one of them are black.
But this is the real question. Who are you to yourself? That's a question for me. Even I ask myself, like, nigga, I really don't fucking know. I don't even know if I can even explain words to say that I don't know who I am to myself because I've never got to really think about being me or whatever these terms, they're just concepts. They're constructs and concepts and ideas. Do they really exist? Only because we throw them back and forth. But who am I when I first wake up and I don't have that thought yet? What am I then when I'm sleeping? What am I when I'm fucking just walking down the street and I'm not thinking about anything at all? Those are the deeper questions and shit because at the end of the day, the black, the white, those are terms that are given to us so other people can classify us and label us. We don't like most of them, but we yet individually have a term to come out for ourselves because we need to still use the influential language or lexicon to even describe it. We're not really creating our own, and this is the kicker. Who you are is who you are, not what they call you, not what you call yourself. These things are ineffable. They have no name. They have no meaning. You can't describe it. It simply is your construct, which is still a concept of a construct to explain an idea. You exist. Like the Bible say, I am that I am, nigga. That's literally who you are. But you can't use words to explain it because you got to live it out.
Yeah, yo. And just quickly, 56. I didn't pose that question because I'm confused or anything. I posed that question to get an intellectual answer, like what Mental just said. You know what I'm saying? That's why, because I know he's a deep reader. I know there's deep people on it. I don't see myself as black. You know what I'm saying? Like that's I never have. Not because of like learning about the word or anything, just because I wasn't brought up being called that. I had to ask my mum what that was. Why am I being called that? Bearing in mind, when I come from Jamaica, I was darker. I've gone paler since I've been over here in England. I've been over here time. All of like, what, 20 odd years now, nearly. No, like 25 years. Trapped. So
That's, I mean,
Sally Sue,
that's
sister.
Yeah, because check this out. I really didn't even
that's one of the
this shit was
reasons
all
why.
foreign to me. I moved back from Korea when I was in the 2nd grade, right? And I didn't understand half this shit. You know, saying the differences. I mean, I lived in Korea for a fucking like 4 years straight. My sister was born in Korea. I was speaking Korean when I moved out here, right? When we moved back out to the States. And I remember my mom took us to the Brotherly Love Festival in Philadelphia. We were staying in Chambersburg, Pennsylvania at the time. And I remember her telling me later on in my life, and she said, when we got there, you had said the funniest thing. And I was like, what? She said, you said, Mom, look at all these black people. Because I ain't never seen that many of us outside our own family. So my understanding of what black was a very limited concept, only based on the limited amount of people I met in my kind of conscious life early in Korea. And then, so check this, in my 6th grade year, I had moved from Pennsylvania to Maryland for 3 years, to Sacramento for like 9 months in my 5th grade year. Now I'm in Indianapolis. And after school, we were leaving. And I seen this one kid named Kenny. I had him like 4 of my 7 classes and shit. I seen Kenny. I was like, hey, Kenny, I'll see you tomorrow. And he looked at me, he said, all right, nigga. And I was like, oh my God, what the fuck did I do to him? I was scared to death, nigga. I went home and my mom was like, how was school? I was like, I don't ever want to go back to that school again. She said, why? I said, this kid called me a nigger today at school. And she said, what? Who? I said, Mom, he was black. And she said, oh, and she had to break it down to me, bro. I'm a 6th grader, bro, just learning this shit, that there's a difference. So that just goes to show, you know what I'm saying? Does this shit really exist, or we taught this shit? I had to learn it.
Hey, I just want to say this real quick. You know, we got but in 2022, you know, we got, African American taxed to us, but all the foreigners are getting the benefits because they ain't giving African American benefits. They're giving the foreigners the benefits. So African American ain't really doing shit for us anyway.
Correct. So
Hey,
why
but look, I don't really
follow?
think that it's the name. I don't think it's the A, the F, the R, the I, the C, the A, and N, and then the A, the M, the E, the R, the I, the C, the A. I think it's what we look like. We are distinguishably different than the rest of the population. So they can give us a new, cooler name, and it'll still be the same. This is what, like, I'm at work today, right? And I told my coworker, my girlfriend, and one of my homeboys, I said, bro, you know what I noticed? I said, people are intimidated by me because I'm a black man. Black men, when I asked a girl, hey, sir, is it okay if your girl to get a photo with a Chippendale or whatever, or a black cowboy? Some of them get really mad that I even asked the question. They know I'm out there working. They get intimidated. And some white people feel more comfortable going to the white cowboys because it's more a peaceful ease for their mind. If they see a black man, they're like, oh my God, what do I do now?
Hold on, mental.
And that go with the narrative. I mean that, but you got the blue.
You're a cowboy.
You got the blue.
Go on. You're a cowboy. What do you mean?
No, he a Chippendale.
I dress up in cowboy boots, some jeans, and a cowboy hat with no shirt, and I try to take photos with tourists, mostly bitches, predominantly bitches. I made I made $200 in like an hour and a half, and it got too hot when to come back out there at night and shit. But that's what, like, you got the showgirls in Vegas. Now you got show guys that do it, but most of them are white. You know what I'm saying? People are not afraid of the majority. Look, check this out. Some motherfuckers will try to tip other guys $20. They'll try to tip me $5 because in their mind, they're like, they'll come up to me, ask me for Coke, and feel more comfortable asking me for Coke than letting me take a picture with their girl. Ask me for weed, then let me take, because that's what they think that I'm supposed to be doing, selling weed. Where the bitches at? Where the club at? Where's the Coke? But I'm gonna have to take a picture. Like, hold on, that's not in the construct of your people.
Oh, everybody quiet. Hey, Blue, I was just saying that, like, the Benson Ninja is more real life. And see, that's the thing too. Ninja. Like I ain't gonna go into all that, but honestly, I'm trying to figure out, like, I called you a couple of times. I ain't gonna get into that, but what I was saying was I'm just trying to make sure that, like, okay, we going to the term black, and a lot of us are not. So why do we even answer to that when we're not?
Because, bro, we're taught that. Like, I'll be in an AA meeting, and I'll be like, if it usually be an all-white crowd in an AA meeting, and I'll raise my hand, I'll say some witty, funny shit, some clever shit. I'll be like, I'm Zach, I'm alcoholic. I'm the affirmative action speaker, share for the group. And everybody will laugh because everybody know what affirmative action is. And I'll talk about shit, you know, I'm black, or I'm African-American, or you know what, my shirt black, and I guess I'm the same color as my shirt. I'm like, and I'm African-American, but I ain't met nan African in my fucking family. And they'll laugh at that shit, but some of them get it, that I'm posing questions for debate, like for consideration, like what are we talking about? What the fuck is black? You show a black man, you show a fucking black car. These aren't the same fucking things.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? So like, and what Philly's saying is that when black is deemed to a human person, it is for a separate reason than the actual color which we know to be black. And that's where it falls to bad shit.
You see, when like security, if they're like after somebody, or the police, if they're after somebody, they don't say on the radio, I'm after a black man or a white man. They have codes. It's only when they put it down on paper.
Black man means a dark-skinned person on the patrol. My bad. Go ahead.
Now go on.
No, but what I'm saying, like the code word of black man meaning, like Mitchell was saying, like apparently it's somebody bad that's not doing no good in the community.
Well, like when they say, like when they go on the put an APB out, when they say a black male, they're letting it known that this is a high value target. Where they're letting him know it's not a white person, it's not a Mexican person, it's all the other ones. It's not any of the other ones that you could be okay with. It is the one that you should be afraid of the most. And the response, because of the terminology and the idea implanted by that word associated with a human being, is 9 times out of 10 not a favorable one. And the thing is, in Divide and Conquest, you kind of have to do it like that. You got to have a villain, and you got to make sure people know this motherfucker's the villain.
And apparently we are, because when they say that code word over the airwaves, we have a black male over here, they get over there 10 times faster if they say, oh, it's somebody over here, oh, maybe he white.
And you know why? Because it's easier for them to get a conviction. The cards have been stacked against us by the word black. And because of hip hop, because of slavery, because of multi-fucking billion-dollar industries called the fucking media and the newspaper and the school system and shit, and because of an inherent fear towards the actual construct of the black man. Now I'm using that in quotation marks, in any way, but any way good when it comes against us. What they do is they see that and they're like, okay, we can take some aggression out. Because nobody cares about these people, because our society is built off of, they only like us when we're playing basketball or football, we're making them money. They only like us when we're entertaining. Basically, if we're entertaining them, they love us. Other than that,
think about this. By us calling ourselves black takes us out of by us calling ourselves black takes us out of the understanding of that we value our own life.
Hey, that could be argued.
Fellow lives matter. Thank you, Blue.
Fellow lives matter.
All right, man. Peace, y'all. Be safe. Let's get it.
Yo, check, please, Copper. Yo, check what's mad as well, mental. See, like in Qatar, like over here, they talk about humanitarian aid needed in they've got humanitarian issues in Qatar and places in the Middle East. But I'm thinking, well, that's the same in America, because after you saying all of that, it's like they're shooting you down all the time, and it's inhumane. Yet no one talks about it being a humanitarian issue. You know what I'm saying?
Ain't nobody doing anything about the Ukraine over here.
But by us calling ourselves black, really targeting our own self and not getting really to the point to where we'll sit there and say, okay, I'm not black. That's gonna make them panic because they don't have a panic button on our. I'm sure.
See, look, check this out. I don't believe that white and black thing, that's just like a 17th century concept. That's a strictly Caucasus Mountain fucking evolutionary bullshit concept, which even the scientific community views as a heresy against science, right? I think that before that, we weren't like the people of Massa Musa in Mali. They weren't like the black people over there. They were tribal. They were demographed by their land or their tribal name or something different other than their skin color, because blacks come in. We come in all kind of different tones. You know what I'm saying? We could all classify and recognize each other, and those tones pretty much cover every fucking race possible. But we know who we are and shit. I think that they've turned the tribal thing into a family. It's like tribal and family relationship. They put that group as all up as black as some kind of tribal name. But this is it. Blacks calling themselves blacks isn't just, it's not saving us, because I'm going to kill that black motherfucker. There's actually more there's more motherfucking fear between one black man and another black man than all the white people of the world have towards the black man. We actually carry that shit out on a greater level towards each other.
Mr. Ninja, I'm glad you said that. So in their terms, if you're not 100% white, you're black. Let me say that.
Well, so check this out. Even the white, see, that shit didn't work with them also. This European, this British white idea, a lot of people like the Irish and the Scots and the Danes and the Russians and the Germans, they all had to fucking give away who they were to be umbrella under this fucking white idea and shit. 150 years ago, 20 years ago, when the Irish were slaves and the Denmarks and the Polish were not looked at as equal humans and shit, they fucking gave away their cultural heritage to be grouped up under white. So they've created these corporate family fantasies that they might experience some white benefits, but they don't experience the benefit of the elite. The elite has been using these demographics to gain themselves more power and control.
And that's a fact.
Peace, Mental Ninja.
Yeah. Blue, about to say something?
No, I was just saying, man. I appreciate what you're saying, man. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, look, and I've been learning a great deal. I watched All Top Boy, fucking dope ass fucking show. I never really got to see, even through a Hollywood version, of how life could be depicted out in England, in the British Isles and shit. I'm like, bro, they're going through some of the same shit, even though it does look like not plagiarism, but an evolvement of the American society and culture. They have their own way of doing it. I just got done watching Peaky Blinders season 6, and you can see how the fucking the gypsy had to go through the same shit within their own white communities and shit. You know what I'm saying? So what it comes out to be, go ahead.
Check this. You see, when it comes to like, it is plagiarized there, but you see, it's plagiarized on a narrative. It's an agenda. It's brought over. It's constructed for us to copy that. Like we say nigger over here now. We've been saying that for what, 20 years? Before, no one was saying that. You know what I'm saying? It's like the word black. It took a while for people to call themselves black in Jamaica. You know what I'm saying? It was brown man, copper man, yellow man if you're Japanese, red man if you're mix or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's true what you're saying. I'm not gonna lie, Top Boy, my life was like that. That's how I was living. Like
you was the first nigga I think about, bro. Like that's how this nigga living. This nigga, okay.
Yeah, I was like the top shotter, but you know, I was mesmerized by little things like that certain times, especially coming into the English environment from where I was living in Jamaica and that, you know what I mean? So I was kind of bred into a narrative or a system.
Just like me. I was the same way, bro. Like for us, it was like, for me, I really gravitated towards Onyx, bro. Like they set the fucking, they were the biggest shift ever in hip hop was the group Onyx. We went from this one kind of way to this fucking crazy, wild slam dance, fucking anarchist kind of yelling way, the ball head shit. And these niggas did a lot of fucking. They were like, they beat a bunch of motherfuckers in the Source and the BET or the MTV Awards, the music industry at that time, because they were so different. But because of them, I loved to steal. And I had other rappers I liked to steal. Then as an alcoholic, so I became an alcoholic. I was like, these niggas are like me. When what the truth is, I was becoming like them, because they were the standard being set before my eyes based on the demographic of how I think. Then it was like the Mobb Deeps and shit, these gutter and grimy. And I became gutter and grimy because these motherfuckers were popular, and they basically made it seem okay and cool to do it, acceptable, which is not a debate between acceptable or not. You know what I'm saying? These guys are just like me, but they just made it on a bigger scale. And I'm watching Top Boy, and I'm sitting here like, damn, bro, like, especially from the first 2 seasons to the second season when the one young kid came and played. What was it? I forget his name, the young dark-skinned kid. And he had changed the game and shit. You know what I'm saying? And I'm watching the evolution of the dude, Sully. I didn't even like that nigga. I thought he was a fucking dummy in the beginning. And towards the end, he became my favorite character because he embodied morals in a way of action that reminded me of myself. Plus, he light-skinned. You know what I'm saying? But I learned more about Jamaica from that show to understand that, oh, that movie Shotta's Top Shotta, Top Boy. Now it all makes sense because the American culture is isolated into its own self.
Right. Exactly. And remember, we're not saying not an African. Now, some of the actors might be, but the whole narrative is Jamaican and American. And where's it funneled from? It funnels from the West over to here,
Yep.
because we've got Africans copying us now. They've come up with Afro beats, which has been around for about 10 years. But to me, that just sounds like they've just took a bit of Jamaican. You know what I'm saying? Like, we ain't taking from nobody. They take from us.
Mm-hmm.
I think like out of all the terms that I've heard, I value in principle the ones that the 5%ers say. I like the idea implied behind the original man. It makes way more sense. It's beyond color, yet we understand what it means by saying the original man, the original concept, the original creation. You know what I'm saying? We are not just descendants, but every born person is his original self, the first and the last, the only that will ever be. You know what I'm saying? Of course, in the 5%er realm, a white person can become civilized. It takes, this crazy amount of time, 30, 40 years or whatever and shit. But it shows that there's a place for everybody. But rather than black, dark skinny, copper tone, indigenous, aboriginal, like the indigenous aboriginal thing is a good idea, is pretty cool. But what it does, it just fucking like it kind of blinds people to the fact that Native Americans, that they call Native Americans, they fucking live here. And how did they get the culture that they beat us up and take it and shit? You know what I'm saying? There's so many fucking loopholes that is like, okay, are we speaking from a position of victimhood? Because if that's the case, then we are bitch ass niggas. A society and culture of bitch ass niggas always get their shit snatched. Niggas always gonna take their lunch table.
Yeah, that's what I want to tell you, Mr. Ninja. I don't think the Aborigines it's actually that whole it's not a Native American. We're not Native American. We indigenous Indians to this land, and to us, that shows a sign of empowerment. When you say you a Native American and watch how they were treated, shows a sign of illusory or a sign of weakness. And they was treated however they went by. But saying that you was already here and you was being misclassified only shows a sign of power.
Look, at the end of the day, if that's what happened, bro, then it shows that we fucking lost. It shows that a greater, more powerful force was able to do that shit. And it shows that we didn't fight, we bowed down. That's what it paints the narrative of. But then we can be like, oh, that's the problem with the victimology. And my way out of that shit is like, no, I am an indigenous Aboriginal me. I can't claim 100 years ago, 150 years ago. I can't claim nothing but myself. And I have full authority over how I decide to live my life. Yes, there's different pressures and oppositions coming from to and fro and shit, but at the end of the day, I got the all final say of how I want to live and die and shit. You know what I'm saying? And I think that, and I think that the Aboriginal thing is like, who really fucking wants to live like a motherfucker from 300 years ago? Who really wants to live in a fucking a fucking canvas house made of buffalo skin? Nobody. Niggas don't even go and get involved with the local natives and learn the culture that they have. Look, where did their culture come from? The arrowheads and the teepees and the fucking and the mound building and shit. Like we can Ashkenazi Jew ourselves into this fucking position by just giving us a name, and we're Jewish, but all our last names are German, and we claim Israel, but we're fucking white. We don't look shit like the motherfuckers who live in that fucking region, but we're just fucking name dropping and putting this fucking nice little fancy hat on doesn't make it. You know what I'm saying? Like like I go to Sweat Lodge, right? Who else is going to Sweat Lodge? I'm not going to Sweat Lodge so I can look like them, act like them. I went there to gain knowledge, to learn about the people who were supposedly carrying this information that was supposedly stolen from us.
Ninja, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Eventually we talked once and never again. These are the type of questions and understanding that we could have built on.
See, look, the one thing that comes in my head when we use the and there's a war going on within the Aboriginal community and shit. Like, all the motherfuckers automatically assume it's because they're black or they're light skinned that they're here. But what if a motherfucker like Blue? You know what I'm saying? If he didn't have the English accent, he spoke like just like a regular American, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm Aboriginal too," and they're like, "Oh, yeah, but I was born in England." Niggas will tear him down because they're just looking for some kind of way to segue themselves into this idea or segue people out of it. When the truth is, like, I don't think any of us really know. We have, in my family, I have historical, biological roots within Black natives and stuff. But because I do, and my homeboy, whose family's been living in Nevada for a few thousand years, can I say that he's wrong and I'm correct when we're both talking about the same shit? And correct. He actually has the cultural fucking passed down lineage and heritage and customs and ways and actions from his and mine. I can't say that.
Hey,
I don't know our fucking original language. Hey, nobody in my family does. We all speak English.
Oh, I got you. Mister, check this out. Me and Blue kind of disagreed with agreeing when he was telling me about when I mentioned Arrowhead. He said, no, it was called something else before then. Did I argue? I didn't. And I grew up, I didn't grow up, but I came across the era as far as I felt that was part of my lineage. And I didn't argue with Blue about, he said, no, they want to call that. And I heard him. And I said,
But 56, check this.
You know exactly what I'm saying.
Yeah, but listen, I didn't say that they're not your lineage. I just said that what their name. Same people, just different names. To try and take you away from them, you know what I'm saying?
Correct.
Because they would still be my people or Jamaicans or so-called Jamaican people, you know what I mean? But we didn't have that name.
Correct.
That's all.
No, so, I didn't. But what I'm saying is, I didn't feel it was a time to debate.
Yeah, because it's you're not a boy, you're a man. You know what I'm saying? You know communication skills. You know what I mean? So that's a part of growth. That's a part of showing.
Thank you. And I'm so humbled that nothing can deteriorate me or get me on my square when I'm trying to found it.
Right, like one of the things that kind of like I see, right? I'll be doing people's inventory. I'm a fucking alcoholic and I'm also human. I'm judging everybody doing the inventory and shit. Sometimes I get the feeling that individuals in the Aboriginal and Indigenous community, they're more concerned on convincing other people that they are who they are instead of just fucking being it and continue on their path of knowledge and sharing what they find. It doesn't matter if anybody accepts it or not. You don't got to tear smiles down because they haven't accepted your farts and shit. They're your farts. You got to fart, not me, nigga. You know what I'm saying? And I get the feeling that They are on the same. Hold on, I get the feeling sometimes. Hold on, I'm gonna finish. I get the same. Sometimes they're no different to me than a fucking Christian who wants to convince me that they're saved in order to make me alter my position to validate their position. Like Dave Chappelle said about the LGBTQ thing. He said, "At what degree of participation do I have to give you to for your fucking shit to be real for you? How much do I have to participate? How much do I have to participate in your self-image for it to be true?" And sometimes that's why I feel like it is. It's like it's not really about learning who you are. It's about convincing other people who. And that when that happens, 9 times out of 10 niggas ain't trying to learn. They're just trying to fucking get a free seat.
That's real, bro. Like, I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, honestly, I went through that all my life. Like, I tell people, I don't want to say it, you know, but
Yo,
people that
you sound choppy, you know. 56 can't really hear you. People in the chat
Hey, you
saying
hear
can't
me
really
now?
hear you. No, I think you might have to go out and come back in. But yo, check it. I've got to lock off the stream now because my son's just woke up in it crying. I think he's had a bad dream, so I'm gonna have to go and lay him down. Quite, it's nearly 12 o'clock over here still.
Hey,
You know what
nigga,
I'm
handle
saying?
your business, bro. I'm glad you went live. I just got off work. I'm about to lay down for a little bit before I go back in.
Hold on, am I choppy now?
Yeah, your shit's like coming in and out.
Yeah, I've got to lock the stream off as well. 56, but I appreciate you both coming up. Yo, appreciate you coming on, Mental, man. Because you
Hey, bro, it's all love.
Yeah.
You one of my favorite motherfuckers in YouTube, bro. No bullshit.
Yeah, respect, man. But you still hitting the gym and that. You stop putting up them little posts of like your transformation.
I still am.
Yeah,
I still am. I'm still that bitch doing my thing.
I might do a 6-pack challenge.
That's the hardest thing right there is the discipline on getting that 6-pack, bro. That's the hardest one. Legs and 6-pack.
Lower ab leg raises for your lower abs and that. Lay down and like kicks like you in the swimming pool and that.
Yeah, that's just easier to do like in your house before you go to bed than really like going to a gym because ain't too many gyms that got a whole shitload of fucking machine work, whatever, for the abs. You could do like fucking 100 sit-ups in the house, nigga, some planks for like a minute each and some leg raises and shit and get a good goose egg and shit before you go to bed.
Yeah, no, serious. Definitely. And then when you wake up again as well. Stretching as well. Stretching is good as well, man. But 1 minute, Mari. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go. But yo, much appreciation, Ninja Car. Like I say, you speak proper, man. You speak, you know what I'm saying? Like, how can I say it? Grassroots. You know what I'm saying?
I'm a man of my fucking bro. We both men of our civilization, bro. You know what I'm saying? So like if we would have been born 200 years ago, we would have spoken the same way in that tongue.
Yeah, for real. But anytime I'm live, like appreciate you to join anytime. Be free, man. Come.
You already know, bro. Be easy.
All right, say nothing.
All right, one.
Yeah, I appreciate everyone coming through, man. Serious. Like enough love to everybody, man. Stay safe out there. Keep your health up and everything, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I get gassed even if I get like 4 people in the chat watching. You know what I mean? At least someone's listening. Indigenous, thank you for coming up, man. Yo, Bronze, respect, big man. But yo, peace and love to everybody, man. Bliss. I'm gone.